My name is Jeff Hilliard, and together with my wife, we own Miller's RV. We met Tim after owning the dealership about a year. We had purchased it from my father-in-law. I had worked there previously for about 17 years and was gone, and we came back after the big flood of 16. The dealership had flooded, the inventory was lost. Her parents just did not have the energy to start over, so they were considering shutting the dealership, and Jenny and I decided to make an offer on the business. So we came in, and we had to rebuild, get started, but we also said when we came in, one thing we knew is that we needed systems and processes. And so we came in initially and we're trying to do it on our own, having some success, but it was a little difficult. And about a year into it, we met Tim and engaged with EOS to begin the process. And it made a huge difference for us because where before I felt really comfortable in the sales side. I'd been a sales manager and had been in the sales for 20 plus years at that point. Really knew the sales side well, but did not know how to run a business. I definitely felt a little out of my depth and really needed some extra structure. I knew things needed to change, but how to make those changes and what do we need to change? At the initial time, we were very reactionary where something would happen and we're like, we've got to fix this, and we try to fix that issue. What we didn't realize is some of the issues we were having were actually results of bigger systematic things that we had not put in place. So when EOS came in, Tim really helped us, first of all, just define who we were. Once we had those core values, things really started to fall in place with, okay, well, this is who we are, where do we want to go? And it was a great process going through those initial days of determining where do we want to be in 3 years and 10 years? What is our market? What are our uniques that we contribute that other dealers do not? And all that process really was made something that was not so overwhelming, because to me it felt overwhelming. But with EOS and the process set up and Tim helping as a facilitator, we were able just to kind of knock those out one at a time and be able to review and refine them each quarter. We're still working on it. We're now 8 years of business ownership, and we have actually graduated from Tim's facilitation to running EOS on our own. We still call him up with questions and have some things like, how do we do this again? But we're able to run the system by ourselves now, and it is still an integral part of who we are and what we do with the company. I think without EOS, we would have made some progress, but we would not be where we are now. We would not have a clear identity. We would not have a clear vision where we're going. You can walk through our shop right now and ask any of our 20 plus employees, what are our core values? And they'll tell them, because it's not just something on the wall, it's who we are. It's hard running the business to be able to step out of the day-to-day and actually focus on what you need to focus. And these things need to be done, but man, the other stuff is so urgent, it seems like, that it's hard to take the more important thing and step back and really focus on it. And I would say without an implementer, I know people that have tried, and everything you need to know is in traction, is in the book. But without an implementer, I would not have been able to reach where we've gotten. I think one of the initial things that really helped having Tim implement the process was when we were going through those initial discussions of where we wanted to be and who our core values were. I think if I was the one standing up there initially, the team might have been a little reluctant to be able to give answers that contradicted what I was already saying we wanted to do or head in that direction. But with Tim facilitating, I was just part of the group answering those questions. And so we had a lot more robust discussion. It also helped the accountability to me to know that I had someone who was going to be meeting with me on a regular basis. And I also had a timeline, a quarterly day where we were going to get off together with Tim, and it was going to be an expensive day because the cost is not insignificant. And I knew that I'm not going to waste that money. If we are going to spend this day away from the office, if Tim is going to facilitate, if we're going to pay for this, we're going to get the most out of it. I also think that it was really nice to have somebody who was able to help dig out issues that we weren't seeing because we were right in the middle of the process. And he was able to kind of sit back and say, hey, there's something going on here. And ask more questions and pull out discussion to be able to uncover things that really needed to be addressed. And it really made a big difference to us. We would not be where we are today without EOS and without Tim helping us implement it. I think the investment has definitely proven out to be worthwhile and to be worth everything we spent for it. I really encourage other people to try EOS. It has made a huge difference to us. We wouldn't be where we are, and I know now where we're going. And I believe that with continued use of EOS, we're going to get where our goals are. We're going to get to the vision we have, and we're going to reach these things. And the company's going to look different today, different in 3 years than it does today. And we're excited about what that future looks like.